Good evening, folks. There's a new thing going on across the United States. A movement. Something hasn't happened in 150 some odd years. Secession is happening. You look out east, all peace and quiet, at least mostly in the east, all peace and quiet, until you get to Illinois. Then it's a ruckus. Secession is happening. Then you go out west, more secession is happening. From Oregon, wanted to add on to Idaho, and California. One county in particular, San Bernardino County, wants to leave Idaho. Wants to leave California, excuse me. Oh, getting my states mixed up here. Wants to leave California because they're sick and tired of their politicians in the state of California. So, on the note, California the board voted 4-0. The county board voted 4-0 in favor of putting it on the ballot, and sure enough, it worked. So they went and voted, and sure enough, it passed. 50.6% to 49.4%. So, all they have to do now is send that stuff to... All they have to do now... Now, who knows exactly what San Bernardino County is actually going to do if this actually works. But what they have to do, the next step is take it to the California Senate, then the Congress, and then after that, it has to go to the Congress of the United States, if approved through the California Congress and Senate. Get my drift? I mean, if they're calling for that, then that's up to them.
All these kids she says that she's had, she hasn't, and she couldn't stand it.
I mean, who knows? I mean, it was only that county, though. It's not like multiple counties wanted that. Now, if these California senators agreed with that, see ya. That county will be gone. It'll be its own entity. Then, heck, that part of California can be something different. San Bernardino County is bigger than like 9 other states, I think. I mean, that's literally how big that county is. It's like bigger than 9 other states. You can fit 9 different states in that county. That's how big San Bernardino County is. Now, that's not the only thing going on. And California has 58 counties. And you take that one away, there's only 57. Now, if you think about how that is, what's exactly is going on in Oregon, okay? Oregon has 36 counties. And Oregon and Joe Biden won only about 7, if I remember right. 7 counties. Now you probably ask yourself, how does he win only 7 counties and still manage to become president? Well, that's a good question. Now we're going to look at some other counties. Illinois, another county, like I just mentioned. 102 counties. He only wins 14 out of the 102 counties and still manages to become president? 99.5%. That's literally like an 80% red state. Literally almost red. Now, another one, New York. 62 counties. 17 of them went to the Democrats. Arizona, 14 counties. 5 went to the Democrats. Then Nevada, 15 counties. Only 2 went to the Democrats, and it still went to and the state still went blue. You wonder, how do these liberal states somehow manage to win these votes? Well, secession never has been talked about in New York. But we're going to talk about the states that are talking about that. Starting with Illinois. There's like 27 counties who are talking about seceding from the Union. Now, they never talked about like maybe forming their own state or maybe like they've never really talked about adding to like Indiana or going to another state right next to them like Missouri. But that's still a good question of what they actually plan on doing. Now, let's look at this here. Out of all the counties, these counties are talking about and actually have applied for it and have successfully passed this rule. Now it's just trying to succeed. They are Hardin, Pope, Massac, Johnson, Wabash, Edwards, Wayne, Jefferson, Marion, Clay, Richland, Lawrence, Crawford, Jasper, Effingham, Fayette, Bond, Madison, Christian, Shelby, Melchie, Cumberland, Clark, Edgar, Brown, Hancock, and Whiteside counties. All those counties out of the 102 counties have voted for a referendum to try to secede from Illinois. They want to leave Illinois. They like go to either now, as of the referendum to leave Oregon and go to Idaho, these counties have already succeeded on that, but are in the process of doing that. And the vote was supposed to, I guess the vote is either next year, is either this year or something like that. It is Wheeler County and Morrow County are in the process of doing that. Wheeler and Morrow County are both in the process of doing that right now. That will happen in November. Now, as of the other counties that are in the process of seeing if this goes through, they're in support of it. You have Muller County, Muller, Baker, Union, Grant, Harney, Lake, Calumet, Sherman, and Jefferson counties. All these counties right here and now all support seceding from Oregon and moving and connecting with Idaho. Now, these counties said, nah, we want to stay with Oregon. Douglas and Josephine County, despite being strongly conservative. I mean, I can see both sides of the aisle here on both of this. I mean, the positives, but now, it'd be one thing if San Bernardino County, if you're San Bernardino County, instead of forming your own state, I would have strongly suggested you just secede from California, just like go to Arizona, since you're bordering Arizona. Now, same goes with like Illinois. All the states, either half those counties go to like Indiana, the other half go to Missouri. Now, where some of them are, that's a question that I don't know how to answer because some are like right in the middle of the state, so I don't know where exactly what state those will go to. But trying to form your own state out of seceding from the Union, of saying, hey, we don't want to be a part of this state, and trying to form your own state, that's not a good idea. I'm not for that. I'd rather secede from just one state and adding on to another state, instead of seceding from the Union like they did 150 years ago, which started a second Civil War. We are right now and literally on the process of a Civil War, but just adding on to other states. That's literally what this comes down to. And like I said, when they do pass, if they do, they go to other counties, and this is pretty much what Oregon is like. It's split right down the middle. The eastern part of Oregon is pretty much all conservative and all red. while the western part towards the Atlantic Ocean, like Portland and all of them, are all blue. Democrat. It just shows you how well organized these Democrats really are. I mean, the last time Oregon ever voted a Republican in office was in '88, when I was only 4 years old. Same goes with California and Washington. And only 9 counties out of maybe, I'm not sure how many counties Washington has, but I think they got 40-some maybe, I'm not really sure. But they only 9 out of that managed to put him in. I mean, I can see maybe a secession there. But Oregon's will be barely anything if all those counties manage to secede from the Union into Idaho. And then Idaho will be a big state and will probably add more than what they normally have right now. Because right now I think they only have 5 electoral votes. This will probably add more onto them. This will probably be maybe 10, maybe 8, 9. I'm not really sure. Comment down below how many you think that'll be. I mean, that's literally what it will be adding up to, and that won't be much of an impact with only 1 county leaving California. Now, 20 electoral votes for Illinois with that many counties leaving, I'm not really sure that's going to be an impact. Now, Sangamon County, which is where Springfield is, the capital. The reason why you don't really hear much from these other ones is because it's the big cities that normally are heard. The country voices aren't really heard much just because the big cities are the ones that do the talking, not the small guys. We need to hear more about these big ones when you want to see this. Now, we'll talk more about this tomorrow when I have a little more time, because I gotta do a little more researching on these Illinois counties and all these other numbers here, and I'll get back with you about that maybe tomorrow. With that being said, hit the like button, hit the bell for notification, and with that being said, I'm out of here. Peace.